get your, I don't know, milk? I don't know, beer? Whatever it is, get ready because you're going to have some fire hole tomorrow because old Paul Watson now, it looks like Eurogamer has done an oopsie by hiring several people who sell bootlegged video game soundtracks for profit. Now, I want to be very clear where I stand on sailing the high seas. Obviously, I disavow, but if you're doing it for personal use, I don't see much of a victim in that. When you start pressing vinyls and allegedly take $20,000, nearly $20,000, and not deliver your product, now I'm interested. If you are selling bootleg soundtracks for profit from Nintendo while working at Eurogamer, and you have issues with copyrights, I think I'm going to be interested. So sit down, strap in. This is going to be a spicy one. I've done some grade A journalism on this, all right? So if you don't know who Paul Watson is, it is a guy who publicly advocated for people to falsely strike my account. When I outed a video games journalist from VG247 for advocating tossing milkshakes on people that you disagree with, Paul Watson chimed in with, the quartering is a very special type of idiot. Now, I don't know who that is, and yeah, maybe I am a special type of idiot. I don't know. I mean, I think that's probably fair. There are lots of people who are more intelligent than me. And then he made fun of me for bleeping out certain words in my videos. Hey, not my decision. That is what Mama Susan demands. But then he replied by saying, would be a shame if he suddenly had a bunch of strikes on his account. So, of course, this is coming from somebody who survives on content. All these people have me blocked. But remember, it is a special place beneath the Earth's crust for people who work in the content creation industry who will abuse the copyright system. Paul Watson appears to be somebody who approves of this and has never retracted or provided any additional clarification. Now, I did invite him on the show. He originally agreed. I don't know if that was in good faith or not, but then he backed out because I did some data mining at Eurogamer. Months ago, I had collected data on advertising on their site traffic for exclusively games, and he didn't like that I outed him to his advertising guy for this behavior. Was it right of me? Probably not. Probably not. So I understand why maybe he didn't want to come on, although I stand by the beliefs that he never really intended to stand by this, because I don't think that anyone who sells content for a living would want to misuse the copyright system. But then once I started mentioning his name, more and more information started coming out. And so as Jason Schreier put it, I did some investigating. So here's some information on Paul Watson's illegal bootleg video game soundtrack vinyl scam, who apparently he's involved with other Eurogame employees on this as well. Paul Watson quickly deleted his storefront after I tweeted about it. Now, I brought this to the attention of the world that he was selling bootleg soundtracks. He didn't respond to that, but quietly deleted his storefront. If you look for a thread called Raygun Records Venting Thread, it's full of complaints about Paul not delivering products. He basically waited until PayPal's 6-month buyer protection expired, then went silent. He's basically keeping everybody's money at this point. This is a disgruntled customer of Paul Watson who sold him a bootleg, unlicensed copy of Nintendo Super Mario 64 record. He scammed people out of thousands, it would seem. His first product was Super Mario 64 LP. Of course, it was unlicensed and not sanctioned by Nintendo in any way. Obviously, it's completely hypocritical for Paul to be preaching about copyright laws and proper use of content. Be aware, he tries to keep this very secret. This is from one informant, but I feel it should be exposed. I'm a huge fan of game soundtracks, and I dislike people grifting from unlicensed and poorly produced products. Paul has a very poor reputation in the game music industry. This person also attached a screenshot from a private Facebook group to prove that it's him. SM64 equals Super Mario 64, obviously. Feel free to share this information publicly. Oh, I am feeling very free, my friend. By the way, thank you for everyone. Can I get a thumbs up on this video for confidential informants? Appreciate you. Feel free to share this information publicly, but please keep my name out of it. I don't want any hassle. I'm just here to help. So we see a very interesting cover design for the Super Mario 64 album wrap, produced by Paul Watson and drawn by another Eurogame employee. That's right. You can also see here Paul Watson posting, "Hello, quick one. I won't be posting much about SM64 in here until go time, but you could follow the Instagram page if you like." Oh, and I followed it indeed. Let's see what the Instagram page has to say, shall we? Because there's a lot of spicy information there as well. Let's take a look at your Instagram page. Here's your last post, which happened, I don't know, today at 17:29. Oh, no, that's just a message that they received. This was February 21st, the last post you made, Paul Watson, social media manager at Eurogamer, a gaming news website that relies on access journalism to places like Nintendo. My name is Blank. There's been a bit of a reshuffle here at Blank, and I'm here to take care of some of the orders that have been delayed. I'm very sorry for any inconvenience you've experienced. I will make sure your order moves forward expeditiously from here on. Let's look at the comments. What's going on with this release? Seriously, there's no good reason for not submitting updates every once in a while. People are getting worried. Any update, that would be nice. That was 3 weeks ago. Something doesn't seem right. Update? Why are you more interested in protecting the plant than your customers? Will we be putting a chargeback on this purchase? Such nonsense. It's been 3 months. This thing was supposed to ship in November. Do you have any updates? This is ridiculous. Update? I mean, we've been scammed, y'all. That was 2 days ago. Any news? That's 37 minutes ago. So obviously, no new news. I continue. I hope you're enjoying this delicious, delectable appetizer today at 1 o'clock. I hope you're sharing it. It would be a shame. I mean, obviously, I don't support misusing copyright, but this is literal copyright abuse. And we know how litigious Nintendo's lawyers can be. I'm making the case for you, Nintendo. I mean, I'm just saying, can a guy get some Switch games, or, you know, can a guy get a sweet Nintendo sign for my set? I'm just doing your lawyer's job for you here. Further tying him to the investigation here, one person I've blocked out sent him an email to cancel the day the album went up, and he responded immediately. Here's Paul Watson replying, "Hey, Michael, please feel free to DM me here. My email inbox is very full at the moment, but let's get this sorted. Edit, all sorted out." You can see he's actively running Ray Gun Records, which is selling. Look, if you want to put together a product for nonprofit, I don't have any interest in it. All right, you want to share soundtracks, you want to share ROMs, cool. All right. Artwork done by another Eurogame staffer, as we see the first press, original artwork by Annie Sayers. Who is Annie Sayers, you might ask? Well, it's just another person who's written editorials at Eurogamer. Several of them. Dev's Eye on Viewbugs, Decoding Shinzen, Sim Society, Game, and she's also written for GameIndustry.biz. So it seems like Eurogamer has a problem hiring pirates. Now, maybe Paul Watson told this person that it is a legitimate, maybe he told this person that he had rights to it. I don't know. I don't want to drag Annie that much, but it is curious that she also worked at Eurogamer. I continue. This image shows the name on the package shown so far. While it's not Paul Watson, Googling the name shows this person has worked with Eurogamer. Took the money and ran. Here's another thread of disgruntled customers. It looks like he took at least $17,400 and ran. Not cool. Wow, you have any indication it's over? He's done? I have nothing to say. He or she isn't, but yeah, F me. I'm honestly surprised this doesn't happen more. Nope. I gave up when he had a different member post an update instead of doing it himself. Fair point, sir. Yeah, the fact that people are still asking to buy pre-orders show how bad this is. Here is the post that somebody else posted in his name. I really wanted this to be its own post so more people would see it, but rules are rules. Hey guys, this is an update from Ray Gun Records that he's asked me to relay to all of you. He's currently having trouble with his Facebook account. Otherwise, he'd post it himself. I'm sure he is. Hello, long-awaited update. One of the reasons, blah, 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 you don't have your records. By the way, the records that I didn't have permission to press and sold you for profit. Fun fact also, Paul lives in Brighton, where Eurogamer is, and he stole the name since there's already a Ray Gun Records in Brighton. This has nothing to do with Paul's one. All it took to find was Googling it. So he's stolen the company name, as well as stolen thousands of people's money, allegedly, and not delivered anything. I'm sure Nintendo wouldn't be happy to learn to know Eurogamer's social media person has been making thousands off unlicensed soundtrack, considering how much Nintendo invests in ad money on Eurogamer and other gamer network sites. Now, that is the name of the company that owns all these sites. These aren't my words. These are somebody else's. Long story short, this Paul Watson person might talk a big game to win points, but he's a bigger con artist than most others. Pretty stupid to threaten to strike channels when he works for a site with a YouTube channel. Even stupider to do it while he's secretly taking people's money for an unlicensed Nintendo vinyl while working for a video game website. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. This is not a good look. I mean, I'd be curious. I would be very curious what Paul Watson has to say. He's got his record right here with the track list, and we can see as of a couple weeks ago. I know how it feels, man. It's definitely going above and beyond. Obviously, this project ran away from him. Did we get bamboozled? That was 3 weeks ago. There's no indication that he's shipped this record. There's no indication that he's refunded the money. So at this point, I think it is a reasonable conclusion that Eurogamer currently employs as their social media manager someone who is fine misusing copyright system for his own personal vendettas as well as for financial gain. I wonder how much ad revenue Nintendo is going to be interested in putting into Eurogamer website this Christmas season after they find out about this. Obviously, I mean, it'd be a shame if everyone shared this video out there and liked it and made sure it was in forums and Reddits and stuff because, look, I have no problem with doing something like this for free. Like printing your own vinyl or, putting up an MP3, a high quality MP3 set of it. Totally fine. But once you start doing it for profit, now I have a problem. So, Paul Watson, I hope it was worth tangling with me. I sure hope that this doesn't spread all over the internet. Hope you enjoyed this video, viewers, and we'll talk to you again real soon.